there's a bunch of people saying that Giannis will not go to the Miami Heat. However, I think the Miami Heat still have a good shot. Is it a guarantee? Absolutely not. But I definitely know he's not staying in Milwaukee. He's already made it clear. He's already double talking. And if he doesn't sign the extension in the offseason, that's going to be the telltale sign. Now, everyone in the NBA right now is waiting for the trade deadline to approach. And Windhorst is absolutely right that there is no market for Ja. There is no market for Anthony Davis. He's made out of glass. And at the end of the day, the whole entire NBA is waiting to see where Giannis is going to go. Remember, he wants to stay out east. He wants sunny weather. There's a lot of specific things that he's already named, and the Miami Heat pretty much check all those boxes. Now, in terms of which teams can go get him, it all depends. I know a lot of people have thrown out the Spurs. They've thrown out OKC. But why on earth would they ruin a good team? But then you also have the Eastern Conference where I know a lot of people want to point to the Knicks, but who wants Cat's $200 million contract? If you're the Milwaukee Bucks, they're going to prioritize low salaries, expirings, and first and second round picks. And at the end of the day, if they're not getting young players and young assets, why on earth would they want to make a trade with any other team that's going to give them an older veteran piece or long-term salary or bad picks?
Giannis is the trade deadline. There is really not a lot of other players out there that can move the needle. There is very small to no market for Ja Morant or Anthony Davis. The entire league is watching Giannis. If Giannis ends up coming to market, yes, you would have a handful of teams making offers. But I think if he were to be traded, it would affect 3, 4, 5 teams because there would be ancillary trades. All of these front offices that I'm talking to are sitting on the sideline watching it. If it goes forward in the next 2 weeks, you will see a flurry of activity and potentially a changing of balance of power in the league. If it does not happen, I think some of it or a lot of it gets put off to the summer when I think Giannis will have to deal with the situation again.
And I keep telling you guys, the price went up. The price went up for Andrew Wiggins. Right now, you have the Lakers who are interested in Andrew Wiggins. You even have the Warriors who are a name to watch for Andrew Wiggins. Once again, I am not settling for anything less than a first-round pick for Andrew Wiggins. He's having one of his best seasons with the Miami Heat. He's having his best three-point shooting percentage with the Miami Heat, a 3-and-D championship wing-level player that the Warriors, and especially how Jimmy Butler's out, the Warriors could definitely use him. The Lakers and LeBron and Luka, they don't play no defense. And since we already know the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr, and their whole administration over there, they hate Jonathan Kuminga. We will gladly take him off your hands. I know a lot of Miami Heat fans, they're 50-50 on him, but I am not going to say no to a player that's under 25 years old with Jonathan Kuminga's potential where they've been holding him back. They've really never given him a fair shot, and I honestly think, especially with the Miami Heat, I think he would be phenomenal. He could do a little bit of everything. He's a wing that you could pretty much replace Wiggins with immediately. Let me know what you guys think, but I definitely think that Chris Haynes, he really does hit on the point where, like I said, the Golden State Warriors, they're tripping. And especially how Jimmy Butler's down, they could definitely use Andrew Wiggins back. But once again, I'm going to need my first-round pick.
Sources have informed me that Kuminga has no desire to remain a member of the Golden State Warriors. He is very much hoping that he will be dealt by the deadline. I'm told that his relationship with head coach Steve Kerr is fractured beyond repair. He's felt that he hasn't had any organizational support throughout this process, and so he's felt devalued with the organization. And so, and again, the Warriors have been telling us publicly that it just hasn't been a good fit with Kuminga with the team. And so it's hard to say that when, the guy, he's been pretty productive whenever he has stints. He's a young player, so he's going to make some mistakes. So it's just been a tough road for these two. Now, and I will say this, the Kings are one of the teams that remain interested in acquiring Jonathan Kuminga, but there are other rival teams out there that believe that the Warriors might just hold on to Kuminga and wait till the summer to offload. And one more last thing of note. There are rival teams that are saying that the Warriors refuse to bring in extra salary going into next season, which would make things complicated.
DWade talks about the rumors of Ja Morant and Giannis and other superstars coming to the Miami Heat. Mind you, the Miami Heat cannot do anything without DWade's help. Everyone that has come to the Miami Heat, even after the fact of the Big Three, it's all because of DWade. Jimmy Butler, Victor Oladipo, Terry Rozier, and the list goes on. Multiple stars and multiple role players, even Norman Powell. Everyone that has come to the Miami Heat, it's all because of DWade, not because of the Miami Heat. And as you've seen, we've missed out on plenty of stars. Now, DWade gives his opinion on Giannis or Ja Morant possibly joining the Miami Heat.
Let's do it or let's not do it. But all I know is every time something happens, it's Miami, Miami, Miami. It gotta work. It gotta make sense too. People don't look at the dollars. People don't look at the assets.
True.
People don't look at none of that stuff. Now, you can get creative.
You can.
You can get other teams involved and so forth and so on. But anyway, would it be exciting to land a whale? Yeah.
Finally.
What? Would it work? Who knows?
That's true.
We don't know. But anyway, Miami is always whale hunting, and there's some whales out there. And so Miami's name is going to always come up when it's a whale, when it's a fish, when it's a pebble in the motherfucking water. Miami name come up.
One of the biggest things for me is how long are we going to wait? I understand that the Miami Heat, they're holding on to Giannis, and they're hoping that he asks out. But what if we don't get him? What is going to be the answer now? And I already know everyone's going to say, oh, we're going to go after Ant-Man. But once again, how many years are we going to be pushing? 1 minute, all right, we're going to go get Dame. Then we're going to get Donovan Mitchell. Then we're going to get KD. Then we're going to get Giannis. Then we're going to get Ant-Man. Nothing is guaranteed in this league. That is why the Miami Heat have to do what's best for them in the moment. I understand the whole league is waiting on Giannis, but Giannis is not a guarantee by any means. Ian Bagley, who covers the Knicks and the Nets, believes the Miami Heat have a better offer for Giannis than the Knicks would. And I think he's right because think about it, guys. Why on earth would the Milwaukee Bucks want OG's contract? He's at like 150 or 120. And then you also have Cat, where I believe he's at 200 mil. So they have a lot of large contracts. And to be honest, they already gave up most of their picks, especially when you're over here trading for Mikal Bridges and others. And think about it. They couldn't get a deal done before. What was holding up the Milwaukee Bucks? What did they not like about the deal during the summer? Because Giannis already came out. That's why when everyone's saying, oh, he's not going to ask out, he already did. And that's what you got. He just didn't get his way. If you guys haven't realized that yet. So why do you think the Milwaukee Bucks are going to try to hold on to Giannis? Why? Because there's no one that's ever going to replace him. He is going to be their best player of all time. No one is running to go play for Milwaukee. Why do you think they had to do all these trades? Dame didn't work out. They traded Drew. They traded Middleton. They've maxed out their team in terms of assets and picks. They're done. That is why eventually he's either going to ask out or the Milwaukee Bucks, which Giannis is hoping for, will just trade him.
We've hit on all the pertinent points in the East, but just to talk about Miami a little bit more, they're going to be, if this ever comes to a place where Milwaukee entertains offers, Miami's going to be right there, and they could probably put together a better offer than the Knicks. So if you're a Knicks fan and you're looking at this thing, and you want Giannis to come to New York, just be wary of Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, and the guys down there, because I think they would be aggressive if the opportunity presented itself. And be interesting to see Giannis and Bam Adebayo together. I think that Giannis and anybody's a tough out, but Giannis and Adebayo just would be difficult, a difficult cover. But we're not there yet. We're gonna get there, I think, at some point. But let's hit any.
Nothing is guaranteed in this league. But once again, I am tired of missing out on stars, waiting and waiting and waiting, and not ending up with anybody at the end of the day.